Okay.
Now enable editing.
Right, and so I'm just click that, and sometimes I forget how to do it myself. So, but it's really cool because I saw one of the students doing it, and I'm ashamed that I don't know how to do it. I didn't until I saw that person, and let's see. Okay, so right.
Okay, can you scroll down? Can you scroll down? I want to tell you something.
Oh,
Can you scroll down?
to where?
Yeah, this file, like,
Which,
go down.
so
all
which
the way.
paragraph?
Yeah, because I write it down this essay twice, two different way, like try to organize it.
Oh.
Okay, you see that at the end, I send it, go down.
Okay.
Same question, you see? You see now, according to this one, I send it to the professor.
Okay, so according to, so
Yeah,
did you get a response yet from the professor?
No, she said she didn't actually read it, I think.
Oh.
So this one I sent it, but the thing, this one I didn't organize it. You see? You can see it, like I didn't make a paragraph, I just write it down. So then I realized, okay, this is not a good way, so then I go back to the first one, I rewrite it. Do you think that one is better?
I probably have to read both to actually.
Same idea, but I just make it paragraphs. So
yeah, I mean, yeah. If the format is more scholarly, yeah, it's definitely going to be better. You know. Okay.
And this.
So yeah, so I would get rid of the second one if it doesn't have paragraphs. You know, the regular scholarly format. So right. So that's in.
This one I make it the first one. I make it paragraph.
Yeah, so you always want to make a paragraph. You shouldn't even have to ask me. Okay,
Yeah.
so because the professors might take off points. Some professors might not care, but don't take the chance. Because they're going to take off points because that's the way they're used to looking at it. So so here though, so let's see, let's double space this, and then so it'll be easier to read, and then easier to go through. Let me see, let me just fix that, and then just scroll down. Yeah, I want to double space this, and then, let's see, so we'll just bring that back up to the top. Right, good. And then, do that. Then go to paragraph. Oh, crap, I just lost it. Let me see, can I do select all? If I could do so. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to select all, though. I just want the top part. I don't want the rest of that crap. Let me see, where the hell did that thing go? It's one thing. Too bad my screen isn't touch screen like an Apple computer. And although those Apple computers are like $50,000, and this thing is just like this is like $100. Let's see. So let's see if I can. Okay, good. So paragraph, and then right. So I'm gonna double space, so it'll be easier to read. We don't miss any lines. Okay, good. So that's double spaced, and then I'm just going to enlarge it a little. And right. Okay. So let's get started. Let's get rid of that. So discuss the effects of welfare reform on urban inequality. How does workfare erode economic citizenship? Give specific examples. Can you envision solutions to this problem? Okay. So right. So according to the author Jane L. Collins. Again, so you need the title though. So right. So according to the author Jane L. Collins, I would say according to the article or according to the book written by. Makes sense? Right. So according to the according to the author, James L. Collins, who wrote, maybe you can just say who wrote is it an article or a book?
It's a, every time she said it is a book, I don't know, it's a book or article.
Oh, okay. So maybe you could just say, which one is it closer to, you think, a book or an article?
Article.
Okay, so you can always fix it later. Who wrote the article? So what's the name of the article? Damn.
I forget too long time ago. I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. So because you always it just makes it look.
Maybe you can put parentheses.
Okay.
So I can write it down.
Right. Okay. So then maybe. Right. And then. Okay. According to the article. So the author. So Jane. Right. So she states that had gained experience in. So wait. So who's? Let me see. According to the author, Collins. She said that had gained experience from. So from your last word, Collins, then your first word is that had gained experience. Let me see. According to the author Jane L. Collins, that had gained experience states that. So maybe you can just say she states. States that. Let's make that. Actually, let's get rid of she and put it behind. States. Wait, she states that she had, right, states that she had gained experience from 1999 to 2004 in South Wisconsin about interviewing two women. The author mentions that welfare practice has been changed in part into practice changed and put into practice the labor market and put into the practice has been changed and put into practice. The labor market was shaped by private agencies. Welfare practice. Okay. So you have practice here. Did you proofread?
No, this one I didn't proofread. That one that I sent it to the professor, that one I proofread.
Oh, so because see how you have practice twice in the same line, right? You don't want to do that. So the author mentions that that welfare has been. Let's get rid of this. I think it might be safe to get rid of this first practice. So that welfare has been changed and put into practice. The labor market was shaped by private agencies. So there's a lot of information missing here. See, urban inequality welfare reform has applied to the low wages workers. So you're saying that this is what the author's stating? The author mentions that, right.
Welfare has been changed and put into practice. Labor market was shaped by private agencies, urban inequality.
Yes, it seems like there's a lot of information missing. So are you doing the who, what, when, where, how, and why, and taking direct full sentences, notes when you read?
Okay. You know what? It doesn't make sense. Can we go back a little bit? The article I sent it to the professor, the first paragraph. I want to go back a little bit. Can
wait.
You go down a little bit?
It's not the same. Because you said you didn't change anything, you just changed the format, right?
No, little bit the starting.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see. According to the author, Jane A. Collins, two women who had an experience from 1999 to 2000 as South Wisconsin welfare practice has been changed and put into practice. Labor market and that is shaped by private agency applied to low wages workers. Does it make sense?
So let me see. So two women who had experience from 1999, 2004 in South Wisconsin's welfare practice. Right. So I would probably change welfare practice and welfare system. Who had experience from welfare, SYSTEM, has been changed. Welfare. Let me see. So two women who had experience from 99 at South Carolina's welfare system. I would probably, instead of saying at Wisconsin's welfare system, in South Wisconsin's welfare system has been changed and put into practice. See, it seems like you're trying to talk about the women and the welfare system
right
at the same time, but what you want to do is talk about what the women's experience was, and then what the welfare system, was it good or was it bad for them? How did the welfare system affect them? Because you're right. So you mentioned the two women in South Wisconsin.
The author actually interviewed two women, and they gave their information, like experience of the welfare system doesn't work for them.
Right. Yeah. So that's what it looks like you're stating here. But so right. Yeah. So you see how? But see how I don't understand, because see how you say it perfectly, but you're missing, what you just said. But this is why I suggest that. I think it might be because you're reading it and you're not taking notes while you're reading. Like when you write down, you want to write down those ideas that you're telling me, but the ideas, they're just not translating. So that's why I think it'll be better when you're writing. Don't just read it and then type it up. You want to read it and then take a pencil and paper or a pen and paper and write it down and then look at it, what you're saying, because it's going to make more sense, when you come here, because you clearly know what you want to say, but it's just not translating here. And I think because you're cutting out that middleman, you have to leave you have to do, when you're reading that article, again, applying. It looks like you have the who, what, when, where, how, and why here, or most of it, but you're leaving out a lot of it, and then when you explain it to me, it's all there. So let me see. Two women had experience in South Carolina's welfare system. And right, because here you're talking about the two women and their experience in the welfare system, and then you just switch over to has been changed, but you don't, welfare system, and then I would maybe just period, and then they, so right, they um focus on how the welfare system. Didn't you write about this? Why does this seem familiar? Didn't you write about this before? The focus on how the welfare system has been changed and put into a practice. Right, the welfare system has changed and put into a practice labor market that is shaped by private agencies. Let me see this, when you say has been changed and put into a practice labor market. Yeah, I don't think you need this practice. So when you say it's been put into a labor market, right? So again, there's something missing there. When you say, so what, put into a labor market, what does that mean? The focus is welfare. So I don't understand how you're writing this now if you read this a long time ago.
Oh, this one I read it a long time ago, and I didn't write right now. This one because I was waiting for you. It's like almost 2 weeks ago I read it down.
Yeah, so like when you do this, so you have to have the reading out in front of you. You have the reading? So right, so always have the reading so we can go over it, I don't understand why you don't have the reading. I mean, how are we going to do anything? Because we always have to refer to the reading.
Okay, how am I going to... Can I close it to you?
No, don't close it. Don't close it. Just open a new window.
But I see whole screen your things.
Huh?
Because I see your whole screen, but I can't get it.
Oh, you can't, maybe like go to the top and then, hit the minimize. Don't close it, but just hit minimize. But, yeah, you don't have like another computer, an old computer. Maybe you can like bring it up on your phone. So you can access.
Can you close this one, like sharing writing?
What do you mean?
Like, so maybe I can open it because I see it's whole screen like you're
okay.
writing. That's why I can't do it.
Okay.
Now I can do it, maybe.
Okay. So let me go back. Right. Okay. So I'm just gonna go back to the text though, and then right, and then I'm gonna.
Maybe in the meantime you can see it.
I'm gonna continue reading while you're looking for. So you can't open it on your phone or anything.
I can see it now. Hold on, let me go back to. I understand it how to do this.
They focus on how racism has been changed and put into
go to Blackboard.
To a labor market that is shaped by private agencies. Let me see. Maybe you could say that agencies crap. Let me see. Applied to the wages workers. So here, that instead of saying shaped, maybe you could say that is. What if you say controlled CO? Controlled by private to a labor market that applied to workers. So we'll put, I'm not sure. Example, a mother of 3 children named Rachel Fernandez. Parents moved to Milwaukee. She wants to. Let's see. So let's get rid of that. I think this is what should be done. So,
what is the author's name? Pockets?
Jane Collins. Jane L. Collins. So a mother of 3 children named Rachel Fernandez. So maybe you could say, example, when when a mother of 3 children named Fernandez, and then apostrophe, parents moved to Milwaukee. She wanted to take GED courses to get a better job at Wisconsin program, but she had work at the pantry shop to pay the rent. Another example is Serena Clark, who went to the Wisconsin Work Fair program. You have to upload this to Blackboard, you said?
Yeah,
so I wouldn't, you know what, on second thought, I wouldn't even worry about formatting then. Because it's going to change the format anyway when you upload it to. So we'll do this one though. Low wage workers. Let's see. But she had to work at the pantry shop to pay rent. Another example is Serena Clark, who went to Wisconsin Work Fair program and did alcohol and drug abuse training. But the employer.
How do I send it to you? That's the thing.
Hold on. Let me finish reading this real quick, because I think this is pretty good. But the employment counselor said she is wasting time doing part-time jobs. She is working as a waitress, working part-time jobs. So let's make this, doing time jobs, working as a waitress. Actually, no, let's get rid of that. Employment counselor. Let's see. Let's make that uppercase. I think it might be okay. So she was working as a waitress according to the Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act. The labor market did not improve. Poor women are forced by the police to work long hours outside of the home. So poor women are forced by the police?
Yeah.
Work long hours. Okay. Outside of the home to maintain the family. Okay, I might want to double check that. That sounds kind of crazy. But, I mean, I don't know everything. There is an argument about welfare policy. Hirschman, Summers, and Block mention that poverty creates incentives, breeding and undermining the will to work. Right, okay, so let's fix that. So period. I think we can get rid of that. So let's get rid of which. Let me see, I believe.
The title is like labor market and welfare.
Okay, I'm doing this now though. I believe this is not true because in society we are divided into many categories such as rich and poor, educated and uneducated. Also it does, let me see, so this should be lowercase I. It does not matter what categories. What the hell am I reading? What categories you are in when we do the job interview. Let's make this when we go to a job interview. People are looking at what class, religion, language, and color. Looking at. Let's make this a person's Let's see. Class, religion, language, and color. Job parity is not based on quality, but based on your family background and what community you belong to. So where are you getting that information? We see. Oh wait, can you see the screen?
Hold on, I'm just trying to send it to you. So
let me see. Also, a mother does not get paid when they work for the families or no retirement. Does not get paid when they work for the families. Does not get paid when they work. Therefore, mothers. Okay, so we need a comma there. Oops. Oh wait, is that a comma? Yeah. Therefore, mothers and children suffer. Children do not get enough nutritional food and educational support from the families. So when you say also a mother does not get paid when they work for the families, what families did you mean?
I'm just trying to send it.
They work. Work when they only their family. Or not get paid. Get paid when they only work. So when you're saying, it seems like you're trying to say the mother does not get paid when they, something like, or retirement, their family will work for their family. When,
the example you're talking about, I gave the example.
Yeah, can you see it?
Hold on, I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna put share back on.
I just email it to you, the book.
Huh? Oh, no. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have enough time, though. But I think what you have here might be okay. When do you have to submit this?
You know that is already done. The submit time is over. So I just need to send it to her. She said she
Okay, good. Let's see. So let's go on. And, so can you see the screen now?
Yeah.
Right, so when you say, what the hell was that? A mother does not get paid when they work for their families. I added that. Is that what you meant?
Yeah. I was thinking because that period of time.
No, good. No, I don't care. That's good. That's perfect. Let me see. So but you're saying that when they're on welfare.
Yes.
Right. Retirement. So when they are on.
The facility goes to the man. Women, they are doing that. They're working, but they don't get the payment.
When they only work for their family or retirement when they're on welfare. Therefore, mothers and children. The other children do not get enough nutritional food, support from the family, truthful and educational support from the family. Let's see. Ultimately, when kids, so you don't really need to say those kids. When kids have grown up, let's see. When kids have grown up poor, so we don't need to say remain poor. Grown up poor and unhealthy because they are struggling for food and shelter. So ultimately, when kids grow up, and so you left out, see here, you should say, so what happens to the kids? So ultimately, when kids have grown up poor and unhealthy because they are struggling.
Yeah, because they are struggling for food and shelter.
Right.
Instead of focusing on the, education. Okay.
It seems like, see the beginning, it seems like you were going to say something completely different, because
I think this is, I'm trying to say based on the reading, my summary.
Right. Yeah, it would probably be good to actually state that. See how you just told me that? So that's exactly what you want to say. But the way this is structured, ultimately when kids grow up poor and unhealthy because they are, but you don't say, so what happens? because they grow up unhealthy and poor and struggling for food and shelter. So what's the result? See, you know what I mean?
The result is like I'm trying to say that poor people stay poor, then don't actually become rich because
ultimately
they are keep thinking about the food instead of thinking like
because they are struggling
making
for food
money
and shelter.
or developing their lifestyle.
Right, so that's a shelter. So I would get rid of, see this last part though, when you say which is a minimum requirement for them, but you don't say what the result is. So I would say let's get rid of this which is a minimum requirement for them. Let's say go to shelter, they will remain poor. So they shelter, they will see instead of remain, maintain a lower self-esteem. See, did I spell that right? I don't think I spelled that right. Maintain a lower self-esteem. Oh, no, that's not. Let me see. What the hell? All right. So they will maintain a lower self-esteem and lower expectation. Educationally and financially. Okay, right. I think that should be good. For example, my cousin's name, my cousin. So you don't need to say my cousin's name and then say the name. So my cousin, for example, my cousin Menorah has 2 kids. So when Menorah first came to the U.S., her husband died, so she has to depend on food stamps and Social Security money to pay the rent and food. Let's see. Not only that, she worked at the social office. The social office was her whole day, but got very low wages. So don't say got because it's kind of like low class. But she received. You'll never see, like the authors use got or get. They'll say like received or obtained very low wages. She said the babysitter, more money than her. Right. So received more money than her. Why is she working outside? Children do not. Why is she working outside? It's a little too short. The home. Right. And then the children do not get love and care from the mother. Her job does not provide any pension or insurance. This is socially unbalanced and unjust. When she was 50 years old.
Unjustice? It should be unjust or unjustice?
No, unjust. It's perfect. She was 50 years old. She mentally. So instead of, see how you have got, she got sick, so she became BCAME. If you can get comfortable with that pattern, you see when you're reading the authors that write, they don't write like that. They'll say became sick. They won't say got sick. And sick and cried all the time. She always said, "Who will take care of her children?" If she got sick, according to the Women's Labor Market History. Mary Cochran and her co-authors also mentioned that women who work face mental and physical health problems or give birth disabled children to disabled children. Many jobs are seasonal and temporary because when women it said women get pregnant. So you want to say women become pregnant, or after giving birth they need rest, or if children get sick they have to quit the job if they are excess absent at their jobs. So they have to quit let's make this their job if they have if they
because
have
of excess absence, they lose
excess
jobs
absence.
or they have to quit the job.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what it says. That's good. Absence at the jobs at their at their jobs. According to Kessler Harris, the American welfare system should be based on the income security programs such as Social Security and unemployment insurance provide equal welfare to all the citizens. So let's get rid of the citizens. Right, let me see. Right, so this is a good suggestion, but we also have to think about how much money a family needs to maintain good, healthy life. We don't need a good and healthy. Okay, I guess that they need food as. Let me see. Healthy life and food as. Right. So this is basic. I think this is the same thing. They need food as well as recreation. No, actually, no. It's good. Also, our culture is a. So right. So try not to say big. Say major. MAJOR. It's a factor. Even women want to even win. WAGE. Women. Oops. Damn it. Even when women want to work, but men don't allow their wives. But men don't allow. So let's make this. You don't want to say don't because it's not formal because it's do not allow their wives to work outside. Do not share housework. Let me see. So let's get rid of the housework part. Do not allow their wives to work. Let's see. Women get stressed and restless because they have both indoor and outdoor work.
Is it a result, maybe?
Let's say some women get stressed and restless because they have both indoor and outdoor work. Many women who have benefited from workfare in times of crisis have allowed them to stay on their feet and access. So many women have benefited from workfare in times of crisis. That instead of let's get rid of have and say that allowed them to stay on their feet and access the benefits provided. Let's get rid of the and access benefits provided during hard times. But so let's change back to but as soon as the crisis. Let's make that crises. Actually, crises are over. They are sent back to work, but to the economy's least skilled and least desirable jobs. Okay, so when working these jobs, I think this is good. Women are now making an income by working long hours every week, but cannot. Right, so cannot is one word. Cannot access the welfare. Cannot access the